Each season in Destiny 2 comes with a new artifact, and along with that comes some incredibly powerful artifact mods. In Season of Defiance, we have 3 armor mods that specifically tie to solar builds, and 2 that go even deeper and pair with Firebolt nades specifically. Firebolt nades are normally quite underwhelming in PvE, however with the artifact mods introduced this season, they become a lot stronger. Pairing that with the Caliban's Hand exotic on hunters, we have a very fun and slept on build that allows you to scorch and ignite entire rooms. Before we get into the details of the build, a like and subscription means a ton to me and helps out a lot. Now let's get into it. Caliban's Hand allows our proximity knife to apply 60 stacks of Scorch to enemies hit by the knife or igniting them on a final blow. It also greatly increases our melee regen if our knife is thrown and doesn't explode, and stops once the knife explodes. If you didn't already know, 100 stacks of Scorch causes a target to ignite, so Caliban's Hand immediately puts us over halfway to an ignition, which pairs nicely with the subclass portion of this build. For our subclass, we have the Blade Barrage Super, Gambler's Dodge, which fully refunds our melee charge if we dodge near an enemy, whatever jump you choose, and then obviously Proximity Knife and Firebolt Grenades. Our aspects in this build are going to be On Your Mark. Precision Final Blows grant you and nearby allies increased weapon handling and reload speed for a short duration for up to 3 stacks, and activating your dodge will immediately grant you 3 stacks. Knock 'em Down will be our next aspect, which enhances our solar supers, with it giving Blade Barrage more projectiles, as well as fully refunding our melee charge when you get a final blow with one while radiant. The 3 artifact mods that pair perfectly with our Firebolt nades are going to be Solar Surge, which gives us an armor charge anytime we pick up a fire sprite, which is the new version of Elemental Wells on Solar that will give you grenade energy upon pickup. Next is the Flare Up artifact mod that allows Firebolt grenades to apply more Scorch stacks and also spawns a fire sprite when you damage a combatant with a Firebolt grenade. The last one will be Rain of Firebolts, which gives us a second Firebolt grenade charge when equipped. Our fragments are going to be the following. Ember of Torches, powered melee attacks against combatants grant you and nearby allies radiant while taking a -10 to discipline. Ember of Ashes follows, which applies more Scorch stacks to targets when you scorch them. Ember Eruption is next, and it allows our solar ignitions to have a increased area of effect while also giving us +10 to the strength stat. Our 4th fragment in the build will be Ember of Searing, which grants us melee energy when we defeat a scorched target while also spawning a fire sprite and giving us +10 to recovery. To round out the subclass, we are using the newly introduced Ember of Resolve fragment, which allows solar grenade final blows to cure us. This subclass combination paired with the Caliban's Hand exotic allows us to ignite entire rooms with ease, as well as curing us when we get kills with our grenades, making this an incredibly fun and powerful build to utilize. Moving on over to stat recommendations, I would recommend going for mobility, resilience, and then either discipline or strength to take full advantage of all the utility in this build. In the artifact, I recommend taking the 3 mods mentioned earlier, Solar Surge, Flare Up, and Rain of Firebolts, as well as authorized mods Solar, authorized mods Grenades, and multi-siphon mods, so we can fully build into the subclass and exotic. When we look at some weapons to bring into this build, incandescent weapons such as the Callus mini tool are absolutely incredible, as it allows us to take our ignition and scorching capabilities to the next level, as incandescent applies a base of 30 scorch on a kill, with it going up to 45 since we have Ember of Ashes equipped. If you also want to be able to stun every champion in the game, then throw on a fusion rifle like Riptide from the Crucible, or even Deliverance from the Vow of the Disciple raid. For mods we want to bring into this build, we are going to build into both melee regeneration as well as some grenade regeneration. So on the helmet, throw on Ashes to Asset, Hands On, and a Siphon mod such as Solar Siphon or even Solar and Strand Siphon, to be getting super energy from both grenade and melee final blows, as well as the ability to create orbs from weapon final blows. On the gauntlets, I have on Impact Induction, which reduces our grenade cooldown after damaging an enemy with our melee Kickstart to get back melee energy when we use our knife, and then Heavy Handed to spawn an orb when we get a powered melee final blow. The chest piece has 2 charged up mods, so we can hold up to 5 armor charges at once, as well as a reserve mod of some sort to allow our heavy or special to have additional reserves. On the boots, I'm running stacks on stacks to get a second armor charge from picking up 1 Orb of Power and 2 Invigorations to gain additional melee energy back from picking up an Orb of Power. Lastly, on the cloak, I have 3 bombers to get a bunch of grenade energy back from using our dodge, which is great when we are dodging near an enemy to get our melee energy back. All in all, this build is a ton of fun to use, and it is also a pretty strong build to use while we have these artifact mods available. Caliban's Hand was already a solid choice for Solar Hunters, with these artifact mods taking it to the next level in terms of scorching and igniting your enemies. If you want to try this build out for yourself, let me know your thoughts on it down in the comments below. If you want to check out some more of my content, be sure to head on over to my Twitch channel as well as my TikTok. Both will be linked in the description below. I appreciate you all making it to the end of the video. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.